Hey, welcome. I am Noah. Thank you for joining me today for this podcast episode all about planning and how we use planning as a practice for peace. Let's get to it. How does planning contribute to that focus and clarity? Well, there's a couple quotes that I want to give to you first, right out the gate. One by Winston Churchill and another by H. Stanley Judd. Let our advanced worrying become advanced thinking and planning. A good plan is like a roadmap. It shows the final destination and usually the best way to get there. Planning is basically setting apart time, resources, energy, and priorities in a way that helps accomplish a goal, a set of goals, or just helps with managing the day-to-day, week-to-week, year-to-year details of your life. Planning, in my definition, is a set of decisions that you make about your life. A set of decisions that you make about your life and your future. That leads you to greater levels of peace, even if that plan can scare you. So I want you to invite God into that, not just with wisdom, but also with revelation. You want to ask God to speak to you in the process of your planning. Ask God to speak to you in the process of your planning. We actually need God to speak to us. Jesus said, "My sheep know my voice. My sheep know my voice." They won't follow a stranger because they don't recognize his voice. How does that apply to planning? Well, if you're going to follow Jesus, you got to know how to stay in touch with Jesus, and you got to stay in touch with what he wants for you. And you're like, well, I want to do that. I can't seem to figure it out. Okay, that's true. That could be awesome. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you want God's plan for your life. Here's the problem. We can't hold on to this idea that we can't actually hear his plan if we're going to plan in a way that is, consistent with who he is and what he wants. There's also a way that the whole idea of asking God and using wisdom is sort of like, okay, I don't necessarily need to ask God how to brush my teeth. That lives in the realm of the wisdom that he's already given me, and I think I can handle my toothbrush, I can handle my plan to go to the store sometimes, I can handle some of those things, right? Like I can handle how do I drive a car or any of those things. Some of the things do just live in the realm of wisdom and live in the realm of how we use our mind appropriately in our love for God. When we ask God about something, it's actually a way to really grow in that relationship with the Lord, So if you have a desire, a goal, an interest, a passion, ask God to join you in planning that thing. Or more to the point, I guess, is invite God into the process of that planning. Say, God, I invite you into this plan. I invite you into this stuff that I'm thinking about, these decisions that I'm making, and I invite you into it. Please guide it the way you want it to go. Amen. And there are sometimes God will just guide you and there won't be really this divide between you and his will. But most of the time, we're going to actually have to be intentional about asking God to guide us and asking God to speak to us about a particular plan. And we want to invite God into the process of planning so that it does not become an idol in and of itself. An idol is anything that we go to instead of God for our security and for our comfort and for our joy. And the only way that we, if we go to anything else to overcome trouble in our life, then you can know that you're probably giving into an idol. If I'm going to my phone, to sex, to drugs, to entertainment all the time to satisfy my need for comfort, encouragement, and joy, I got to face up to the fact that I might be giving myself over to this thing in an idolatrous fashion. And the same kind of thing can happen when you use planning as a way to control your life. Now you're like, okay, Noah, you just said that planning is a way that you exercise more control and authority over your life. Yeah, and that's great. But here's the thing. Whatever you've got in your kingdom, whatever you've got in your scope of influence and authority, whatever you've got going on in your life, whether it's resources, time, energy, preferences, priorities, or plans, or goals, the plan that you make to handle those things appropriately ought to always be under God's authority. So thankful that you joined me for this video. If you want to check out more of my content, you can check out inrest.life, the official website, super cool. Patreon.com/inrest if you want to support me, and all kinds of social media handles such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all available in the description below and right here. Bloop. If you have any questions for me or want to send me some direct messages, feel free to send me a message on, Instagram, DMs. You can send me an email, inrest.business@gmail.com. And especially, of course, if you want to be praying for me, that would be thebomb.com. Thank you again so much for joining me for this video. Hope to see you some more. Peace.